Hello, this is Letty from Letty Lynn's Corner. I'm happy to be back from being gone for a while. I had a wedding in August and just a lot going on in our family. So anyway, I am back finally coming up with some new ideas and things that I want to show you guys. I recently actually went to a scrapbook retreat in July, and I did a bunch of photo organization of my husband's late mom. My mother-in-law passed away a while ago, and she has all kinds of pictures from her childhood and teenage years, and so I wanted to I got those out of this album, and I was going through the albums, and I was really just going to throw them away because obviously they're older photo storage, which is not good for pictures. But I saw this one and I thought, actually it's kind of nice. It's a fabric cover, and of course inside I was like, well, I'm not going to use them for pictures, but I really liked the binding of it. And it literally slides out and you can put these pages were in it. And I've debated whether I was going to just throw these away and start with new ones. But I think I'm going to keep them actually, and I'm going to just cover them with paper, scrapbook paper, or gesso them, or whatever I end up doing with them. So anyway, I decided that I wanted to do a altered book, and I had been wanting to do an altered book with butterflies, bees, and mushrooms for a while, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be one book for each or combine them all together. So I finally decided, after going to my local craft store here, I found some graphic 45 paper that is so beautiful. It has butterflies, mushrooms, and bees all mixed through it. So that kind of confirmed it. And so I started working on some embellishments and tags and different things. But first was, what am I going to do for the cover? So last night I did this background, and it is Distress Oxide, and I used the Distress Oxide Rusty Hinge, Age Mahogany, and the Wild Honey. And so this is what it turned out to be for the background. And then of course I went around the edges with ground espresso distress ink. And then I thought, well, it needs something to make it pop, so I decided to just emboss it. So I found I had a honeycomb background stamp, embossed it with, let's see, the embossing glaze Tattered Rose. And I also did another kind of a holographic shimmery one. I don't have the name of it because I didn't get the packaging of that, because again, I a lot of times get some of my products secondhand, so I don't always know who makes it, but as long as it works, I'm good to go. So I did that, and I ended up having to go through the because they were hollow, similar to this here, I ended up using the embossing Distress pen by Ranger and colored in different ones, and then again embossed inside of them. And so it gave this really fun honeycomb look, like honey is in there. And it turned out really beautiful. So I'm excited to use this as the background. I went back and forth with many different ideas. But this is one I've kind of landed on. So we're going to start with this. So I think we're going to use fabric tack, because this is a fabric album, to get this glued down. So I did use watercolor paper for this, just because I wanted a heavier cardstock. it's a little nerve-wracking coming up, I find, with covers, because if it's an altered book, you're like, well, if it doesn't work, I can't start over. I really just kind of throw it away. And so that part is kind of nerve-wracking for me of what I'm going to do on them. But once you figure it out, you just got to commit. So here is me committing to the process. So fabric tack really works well for stuff like this. Make sure it's straight. All right. And then I ended up using an embossing folder and did some more honeycomb papers, and then just kind of cut around the edges to make it look a little uneven and more, I guess, natural looking. And I did it in 2 different cardstocks, and then after I cut them, I used the Nevo embellishment mousse and in gold. And I just kind of rub that all over each one of them, and it gives it that beautiful gold shimmery look. So I thought we could place these kind of in different spots around to cover kind of those blank spots where I didn't do an embossing, and find a way to make it look somewhat organic. Oh, that actually works perfect like that. So I think we will put that down. Let's see, maybe we'll do this first. So I hope everyone is having a good start to the fall. I know that we've got here in my area in the Northwest, we've been dealing with fires, which has not been pleasant. It at one point was pretty close to us, and we were getting alerts to evacuate, and then realized that it was a little further away than the alert was kind of expressing. So that was a relief, but I'll tell you, that one day was really stressful, thinking that your whole life is going to change. And I know that so many people have been affected and lives lost in the hurricanes in Florida. And that is horrible, and my heart goes out to them of having to now rebuild their lives. It's just heartbreaking. So my prayers and thoughts go out to them. So even though the fires have somewhat dissipated, they're getting better. There's still smoke, sadly. So let me... But hopefully the smoke will dissipate before. We've had really nice weather, but not been able to enjoy it too much because of all the smoke. And I really love fall, and feel like I haven't really gotten to enjoy it so far because of that. But hopefully, we'll see as time goes by. All right, that's really cool. So then comes the mushrooms. So I got these die cuts, just cardboard die cuts of mushrooms, and then I took them and I embossed the stem with kind of this green iridescent embossing powder. And then I used the embossing glaze for the top part. I put some material behind each one of them. And then I just used some little silver adhesive dots for the centers. So, not sure exactly where I want it. So then I have, same thing with this, it's just a cutout butterfly. I'm not sure where I want to put him. And a little bee that's cut out. And I emboss glazed, did use the embossing glaze over these, the Tattered Rose embossing glaze, and then also the antique linen was for part of them. He's a little more orange than he should be. Should be a little more yellow, but he's still cute. So I thought he'd be cute on one of the mushrooms. And then kind of the title of this altered book is going to be Original. So somewhere, not sure how I want to lay it out. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, I think I like that. Well, should I do it with the border or without? I think I'm going to leave the border off, unless I do it up further. I like that. So I think I'll just go with that. So for this one, I'm just going to use some hot glue. It'll go down and give it a little bit of a lift as well. And I'm running out of glue. Hot glue is tricky. Just making sure it doesn't dry before you get it down and burn your fingers at the same time. Oh, that's looking so cute. All right, I'm going to put this little guy down before. And that's the tough thing, is not knowing whether I should totally put him down so that he doesn't lift like when we're moving the book and stuff, but hopefully it'll be okay. All right. Right there. That's a little much. All right, starting to look really cute. Okay, I like him there. All right, really cute. So I also had some little sticker studs that I thought would be kind of cute. I could put on the corners. Or I have some little gold corner too, paper corners that, or I might use both. I really like that actually. So I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the back. I call that good. I have some really cute tags from that graphic 45 paper that I was able to create over the weekend, and little embellishments, so that'll be fun to show you. All right, that is really cute. I still feel like I should have some of these somewhere, but oh, maybe on the corners of these would look really cute. So maybe that's what we'll do. Is they actually have adhesive on them, but I don't think it's gonna last very well, so we're just gonna put it down with some hot glue. Oh, that tops it off perfect. So, I'm not sure what else to add to it, except I do kind of want to do maybe the fabric edges. I'm a little scared. Well, before I do that, I was thinking of I have a few more of these little from this cut out that I could kind of put in different spots as if they're kind of falling around. I'm not sure it adds that much, but it's just always, you know, the more you put, the more dimension, the depth that it adds to it. So I think I'll add a couple of them. Very random, because I think I like this one here. I think that's good. Oh, I love that. That's finally turned out the way I kind of envisioned or wanted something like to be. So, all All right, so now for kind of the little bit of concern that I have here, I'm going to use some Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink. And I'm going to just kind of lightly go over the edges here on the corners, just to kind of give it a little bit of a grungy feel. It's not too bad. And then kind of here. It's just a little nerve-wracking because if you don't like it, it's too late, right? But I really like that. It's adding actually some depth to it. And gives it that distressed, grungy look that we all will, many of us like. And then I'll do the back. I think I'm going to leave the back for now unless I can come up with something I really love. I'm just going to leave it this way. All right. Very cute. All right, so then next we're going to, I was thinking about putting some gold ribbon on the edges here, on the bottom part, sorry, the binding, book binding area. I thought this would look kind of cute right here. And I could go all the way in, I suppose. So I'll leave a little bit of a lip on each side. And let's see here. Let's open it. Again, I think I'll use the fabric tack. Not sure which side. I think it's this side. Huh. That's not sticking very well. Alright, I think I'll just use some hot glue. When all else fails, use hot glue. And we will flip it over. And then just to make sure we're centering it. And then just on the inside there. Perfect. All right. Oh, I am so in love with this. All right, so next I'm going to kind of think about what we're going to do on the inside covers. And I do have some material that I think I might do. So this is what I came up with. So the material I found was like kind of a honeycomb, and then I had some bee stuff, which was pure white, and I coffee dyed it. So it's a little bit more cream color than what it was. And then I had this from, actually, I have a shower curtain, believe it or not, that has a whole bunch of kind of little flowers and butterflies and stuff on it. So I'll probably be using that throughout this journal. But I wanted to put something here, and then I was able to make this a pocket. So I stitched around the edges with a, see if you can see that, kind of an alternated, what's the word, zigzag stitch. And so yeah, so I'm going to put that down with some fabric tack. Let's see if I can get that all the way around here. So I've been having a lot of fun with a new sewing machine that my son got me for my birthday. So I was able to do a little bit of playing with the stitches while doing that. Let's see here. Let's use just going to get this down and then go around the edges again. And then this here, I actually stitched down each one with black thread to get it down first before I did the pocket. I left the edges frayed just because I still like that kind of rustic, not such a perfect stitch when I'm doing journals and stuff like this. I love the vintage stuff, so anything that looks a little more rustic or organic, I usually try to go with. Alright, so that is the inside. When you first open it up, and then for the back part, I was able to, I actually cut out a scarf that had a butterfly on it, and it's very thin material, scarf material, and just put it on this backing of polka dots and thought that was kind of cute. And then I stitched around the edges roughly. So I'll put that down and cover this up, and you won't see that at all. Right. Get it as flat as I can. And I'm not sure if I'll put anything else. I might decorate it a little more after I have it down, but otherwise I think it's just pretty cute just the way it is. That one's getting tucked right underneath that binding. Hopefully it doesn't mess with it coming off here. And there's still some little frays coming off. That's okay. All right, so that is the outside, the inside, and now we're ready to work on the inside pages. So stay tuned for my next video with pages that I'm going to probably do. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and click that alert button, and I hope to see you in my next video. All right, have a great afternoon.